The big diesel surveyed the shed. "Oh, not bad," he said. "I've seen worse. At least you're all clean." The engines gasped. "It's not your fault," he went on. "But you're all out of date. Your controller should scrap you and get engines like me. A fill of oil, a touch on the starter, and off I go. With no bother, no waiting. They have to fuss around you lot for hours before you're ready." At last the engines found their voices. An inspector had to come and stop the noise. Later, the engines held held a meeting. "Oh, disgraceful," rumbled Gordon.
Disgusting,
said James. "Oh, despicable," spluttered Henry. "To say such things about us," burst out Donald and Douglas. "It's to teach him a lesson we'll be wanting." But nobody had any good ideas at the moment. And at last they all went off, except for Duck and Stepney. "Never mind," said Duck. "We'll sure think of something." "Yeah, but we have to do it quickly," warned Stepney. But their chances came sooner than any of them had expected. The diesel purred comfortably. He was being warmed up well before time. An inspector watched the fitter making adjustments. The wind tugged at the inspector's hat. The fitter replaced the air intake cover. "Okay, mate," he said. The diesel saw his coaches waiting at the platform. He rolled proudly towards them. "Oh, look at me, Duck and Stepney," he purred. "Now I'll show you something." He advanced a few yards. Then suddenly he began to choke. The inspector, meanwhile, had seen nothing of this. He was looking for his hat. "Can we help you at all?" asked Duck and Stepney sweetly. The diesel sheared with baffled fury as they pushed him back in the shed. "My hat!" explained the inspector as the cavalcade went by. "Oh, bother your hat!" said the fat controller crossly. "The train is due in 10 minutes. You'll just have to take a duck. Duck looked doubtfully. But when Stepney asked, "Can I help, sir?" he felt better. The Fat Controller was pleased too, and hurried away to make the arrangements. The engines and their crew made careful plans. "A good start is everything on a job like this," warned Stepney. So they backed down. They dropped sand on the rails, rolling it firm with their wheels. Both controllers were there to see them off. "Gordon will take over halfway," said the Fat Controller. "So get the train there. Never mind about being late. Good luck." "Don't worry, sir," smiled Stepney. "We'll get there, and be early too." They stood waiting, sizzling with excitement, ready and eager to be off. At last, the gauge flag waved. The engines dug their wheels into the sand and gave a mighty heave. "Come on! Come on! Come on!" puffed Duck, while Stepney barked with excitement in front. Moving carefully over the points, they reached the open line. "That's the spirit! That's the spirit! That's the spirit!" woofed Stepney. "I'm ready when you are. I'm ready when you are. I'm ready when you are," puffed the Duck. Fast and faster they went, till their wheels were turning at such speeds that their side rods were merely blurs. Under clear signals they whistled through Edward Station and charged at Gordon's Hill beyond. They felt the drag of their 15 coaches here. It was hard work, but once over the top, the last 10 miles were plain running. They swept into the big station with fine style. "Hello," said Gordon. "You're early." "That's one in the headlamp for old Diesel. Have you heard the latest?" Diesel had sucked the inspector's hat into his air pipe. That's why he's broke down. James said he is as sick as boiler sludge and sulking in the shed. "Out of date, are we?" And still laughing, Gordon puffed away. Everyone was there the next day when Stepney had to go. All the engines who could came to see him off. The Fat Controller made a speech. And so did Stepney's controller. Donald and Douglas made everyone sing a Scottish song, and then Stepney and his controller puffed to chorus and cheers and whistles. Goodbye, Stepney, come again, goodbye, come by. What about the Diesel, you asked? He slipped away the night before. He did not say goodbye to anyone. But he did leave two things behind. The really nasty smell of diesel exhaust and a battered bowler hat.